Of losing weight only to gain it back? If you've tried diets, workouts, and still feel stuck, this video is for you. I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step process I use with my clients to lose fat, keep it off, and build a body they're proud of without using crash diets, 2 workouts a day, or giving up on real life. This is the real no BS fat loss plan that works if you stick to it. So, setting the goal. You want to lose 25 pounds. That's great. But you don't do that in 4 weeks. Healthy fat loss, the kind that sticks, happens quite slow. You're aiming for 0.5% to 1% of your body weight per week. If you try to go faster than that, you're asking for muscle loss, burnout, binge eating, or even worse, wrecking your metabolism and winding up heavier than when you started. So that's a pound or 2 per week for most guys. If you can't wrap your head around that timeline, it's a 3 to 6 month process. So set the bar and manage your expectations right from the beginning so you can stay in the game long enough to see the results that you're looking for. Now let's talk about calories. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to lose fat. End of story. People love to blame their metabolism or their genetics, and while those things play a role, they don't override the basic math. It doesn't matter if it's clean eating, keto, or carnivore. You take your body weight, multiply it by 14 to 16, and that'll be your rough maintenance range. Knock off 500 calories and that's your starting deficit. You don't need to starve yourself. It's not about suffering, but it is about being consistent, making smart decisions, and sticking to the plan. If the numbers are right and you stick with it, the fat will come off. It's not complicated, but it's not easy. So now let's talk about the protein. This is where most guys fall short, especially when they try to eat clean without tracking anything. Aim for about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's the sweet spot for holding on to muscle while dropping fat. Protein helps preserve muscle, keeps you full, and keeps your metabolism from tanking. So build your meals around it using chicken, beef, eggs, Greek yogurt, and protein shakes. If you get your protein right, everything else gets a lot easier. Screw it up and you'll lose weight, but you'll also lose a good amount of muscle, and we don't want that. So let's talk about movement. Start walking, really. Most guys are looking for the perfect fat-burning workout plan while sitting on their asses 90% of the day. Workouts help, but daily movement adds up way more than that 1 hour in the gym. So set a goal of 10,000 steps a day, every day. Now, that's not just a number, it's the baseline for staying active in a world built for sitting. When I don't have time for the gym, when things get really busy at home, walking 10,000 steps is the absolute minimum I accept for myself on any given day. Walks after dinner, walks in the morning, taking phone calls outside, and parking in the farthest spot on purpose. This isn't about perfection, but it is really about moving more. Now let's talk about strength training. Strength training isn't optional if you want to look good after losing fat. It's essential. 3 full body sessions a week is plenty. Focus on the basics like squats, rows, bench presses, deadlifts, and overhead presses. It's nothing you haven't seen before, just real workouts. You're not in the gym to burn calories. You're there to hold onto your muscles, stay strong, and give your body a reason to look like more than just a smaller version of your old self. You want to build the frame underneath while the fat comes off. Cardio has its place, and it's important for your health, sure. But strength training is what actually changes how you look with your shirt off. Now let's talk about food. You don't need a 5-star menu or a new recipe every night. Pick 3 to 5 go-to meals you really enjoy and eat them on repeat. You want meals that are easy to prep, easy to track, and hit your protein targets without turning your kitchen into a science lab. Keep it simple. Protein, a veggie, carbs, and a decent fat source. You're not cooking to impress anyone, you're cooking to stay consistent. The more decisions you remove from your day, the easier it is to stay on track when life gets chaotic. Batch cook once or twice a week so meals are ready before you're starving and tempted to make dumb choices. When cravings come, and trust me, they will, it's better to be prepared than wondering what you're going to eat. Simple meals equal less stress, which equal better results. All right, now we've all heard of somebody who tried carnivore or keto and lost weight, but the underlying principle is the same. They were in a calorie deficit. Every person who's ever lost a significant amount of fat and kept it off tracked something. Because if you're not tracking, then you're guessing. And guessing leads to frustration, plateaus, and eventually giving up. Start with the basics. Track your food, your steps, and your workouts. That's it. You don't need a fancy wearable or 10 different apps, though I do like fitness watches for step tracking. Use MyFitnessPal, spreadsheet, the Notes app in your phone, pen and paper, whatever works for you. What matters is awareness. If you don't know what's actually going on in your body and what you're actually doing, then you're flying blind. So track it, check it weekly, Make changes based on what the data shows and not how you feel that day. Now let's talk about the scale. It's one of the simplest tools you have and one of the most misunderstood. Weigh yourself daily, same time every morning after you use the bathroom, before food or water. Then forget about the number. At the end of the week, take the average of those weigh-ins and that's your real progress marker. Daily weigh-ins fluctuate because of salt, carbs, sleep, stress, and digestion. It doesn't mean you're failing, but that one spike doesn't tell the whole story either. Your weekly average will. So track the trend and not the day. This keeps your head on straight when the scale jumps up for no reason and gives you real feedback when it's trending down. Let's talk about managing hunger. Hunger is part of the process, and anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying to you or trying to sell you something. If you're losing fat, you're going to feel it. That's normal. The key is learning to manage it, not fear it, and definitely not let it break you. So start by loading your meals with high volume, low calorie foods. Think lean protein, fibrous veggies, fruit, and water-rich options that fill your stomach without wrecking your calorie budget. Stay on top of your hydration. A lot of guys mistake thirst or boredom for hunger and end up eating when they really don't need to. You're not starving, your body's changing. Learn to sit with it, manage it, and move on. That's what separates the men who finish from the ones who start over every 6 months. So next up is plateaus. You're cruising, the weight's dropping, and then nothing. Plateaus are part of the process. Your body's adapting, and that's a good thing. Being in a calorie deficit and losing weight is a controlled form of starvation. Your body will push back. It thinks you might be dying. So step 1 is to check your tracking. Are you still logging everything? Are portion sizes creeping up? Are weekend calories sneaking in? If everything's tight and you're still stuck after 2 weeks, you've got 2 tools. First is to drop your calories by 100 or 200 calories per day. The second is to add a couple thousand steps to your daily total. But don't overcorrect. Don't panic and slash 1,000 calories or double your cardio. Adjust one thing, measure for a week or 2, and then decide. Fat loss isn't linear. It's a game of smart, measured decisions. So be patient instead of reactive. You hit your fat loss goal. Congratulations. But what comes next? In fact, this is where most guys blow it. They hit their number, they ease off the gas and start winging it. Next thing you know, they've put 10 pounds on. You don't go back to normal after losing that amount of weight. You transition to a new normal. Start by slowly increasing your calories every week or 2 until you find your new maintenance. Keep your steps high, keep lifting, keep tracking, even if it's looser. You're now maintaining or shifting into a lean bulk, but the habits that got you lean, they stay. Maintenance isn't about coasting, it's about holding that line. It's where you prove this wasn't just another phase and you begin to operate within the new standard for your life. Fat loss isn't about perfection, it's about execution. So do the simple things well and do them long enough to matter. If you want help with your fat loss, coaching, or even just my free recipe book, check the link below. If you got value from this video, drop a comment below and let me know which part hit home for you or what you're struggling with right now. I check and respond to every single one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.